Okay, so okay, so let's see. Prthu Maharaj milks the earth planet. O great hero, protector of living entities, if you desire to relieve the living entities by supplying them sufficient grain, and if you desire to nourish them by taking milk from me, you should make arrangements to bring a calf suitable for this purpose, and a pot in which the milk can be kept, as well as milkmen to do the work. Since I'll be very much affectionate towards my calf, your desire to take milk from me will be fulfilled. So, you have to bring a calf. Bhumi Devi is in the form of a cow. You have to bring a milkman who will milk me. There should be a calf, and in this way, I'll give milk. These are nice instructions for milking a cow. The cow must first have a calf, so that out of affection for the calf, she will voluntarily give sufficient milk. There must also be an expert milkman and a suitable pot in which to keep the milk. Just as a cow cannot deliver sufficient milk without being affectionate to her calf, the earth cannot produce sufficient necessities without feeling affection for those who are Krishna conscious. Even though the earth being in the shape of a cow may be taken figuratively, the meaning herein is very explicit. Just as a calf can derive milk from a cow, all living entities, including animals, birds, bees, reptiles, and aquatics, can receive the respective foods from the planet Earth, provided that the human beings are not asat or adhrita vrita. Adhrita vrat, as we have previously discussed. When human society becomes asat or ungodly or devoid of Krishna consciousness, the entire world suffers. If human beings are well behaved, animals will also receive sufficient food. And be happy. The ungodly human being, ignorant of his duty to give protection and food to animals, kills them to compensate for the insufficient production of grains. Thus, no one is satisfied, and that is the cause for the present condition in today's world. So, the calf here represents the living entities who are devotees. So, if there is devotees, then the earth will give enough food grains out of affection for those Krishna conscious devotees, just like a cow will give milk out of affection for the calf. So, in the absence of calf, then the cow will not give any milk, something like that. So, if there are no devotees and people are very adharmic, then earth will reduce or restrict its supply. So that is what is mentioned here. Okay. Any comments? Anybody else?
There is the Gita Mahatmya verse, right? That Lord Krishna is milking the cow. Arjuna is the calf.
Sarvopnishuddha gavo, dogdha gopalana. Sudhir patsa.
Partho vatsa sudhir bhukta dugdam gita amritam mahat. And the scholars, pure devotees, they are drinking the milk of Bhagavad Gita. All the Upanishads, the essence of all Upanishads in Bhagavad Gita is just like the cow.
And Krishna is the cowherd boy who is milking the cow. Right? And the nectarian milk is the Bhagavad Gita. And the calf is Arjun, who's supposed to.
No, so it says Bhagavad Gita is the cow. Arjuna is the calf. Lord Krishna is the cowherd boy. And pure devotees are drinking the milk of Bhagavad Gita.
So the milk is Bhagavad Gita, right?
Well, no, it says the Gita Upanishad is just like a cow. Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita is just like a cow.
Okay.
I don't know what is the milk of Bhagavad Gita.
Gita Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. Yeah, you can say Bhagavad Gita is the so Sarva Upanishadu Gavo. So if all the Upanishads are like a cow, Sarva Upanishadu Gavo. Dugdha Gopalanandana. Yeah, it's a little bit sometimes whether the cow is Bhagavad Gita or the milk of, if all the Upanishads are like a cow, then the nectarian milk of the cow is Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Prabhuji, in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned Bhagavad Gita is just like a cow. Lord Krishna is a cowherd boy, famous cowherd boy, milking this cow, and Arjuna is like a calf. And learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink this nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, so then there is nothing like the milk separate, like, okay.
Prabhu,
Here it says, like another, I mean, of course, we go by Prabhupada's translation, but here it says, Sarva Upanishad Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa. So, Sarva Upanishad, all Upanishads are like the cow. If if all Upanishads are likened to cows, the milker is the son of the cowherd, Krishna. It's the son of the cowherd, Krishna. Arjuna, the son of Pritha, is the calf. The men of purified intellect are drinkers and milk. Because it says Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. Dugdham is the milk, Dudh. Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. So either way, the idea is that Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be, is the essence of everything, and that is supposed to be bread. Okay, but we would go by Prabhupada's translation, whatever you say.
Shukdevanand Prabhu wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Shukdevan.
no, what I'm trying to say is, if Bhagavad Gita is the cow, then the message and the instructions of the Gita may be the milk.
Okay, yeah, that way also you can say. Bhagavad Gita itself is, yeah, you are separating the instructions and from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Anyway, the essence is that the essence of all Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita, and those who are intelligent should study the Bhagavad Gita like that. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's see the next verse. Samam cha kuru mam rajan devavristam yathapayah apartav abhibhadram te upavarteta me vibho. My dear king, may I inform you that you have to make the entire surface of the globe level. This will help me even when the rainy season has ceased. Rainfall comes by the mercy of King Indra. Rainfall will remain on the surface of the globe, always keeping the earth moistened. And thus it will be auspicious for all kinds of production. Okay, so she's saying, make my surface leveled. And that will help me retain rainwater, keep me moistened, and I'll be able to produce grains, crops like that. King Indra of the heavenly planets is in charge of throwing thunderbolts and giving rainfall. Generally, thunderbolts are thrown on top of hills in order to break them to pieces. As these pieces are spread asunder in due course of time, the surface of the globe gradually becomes fit for agriculture. So mountains, it's difficult to do agriculture. So on a level land you can do. Level land is especially conducive to the production of grain. Thus the planet Earth requested Maharaj Prthu to level the surface of the earth, breaking up the high land and mountains. So he said, okay, make my surface level, and when there will be rainfall, I'll be. So any comments anybody has? Okay. After hearing the auspicious and pleasing words of the planet Earth, the king accepted them. He then transformed Swayambhuva Manu into a calf and milked all the herbs and grains from the earth in the form of a cow, keeping them in his cupped hands. Okay, Swayambhuva Manu is the devotee who is the calf, and he got all the herbs and grains from the cow, which is the milk, in his cupped hands. Others who were as intelligent, earth said, I will give if there is calf. Cow will give milk if there is calf. So basically it means that if there is good population, then earth being affectionate to the good population will produce grains. So if there are more devotees, then earth will have a lot of affection and then will give more. Others who are as intelligent as King Prthu also took the essence out of the earthly planet. Indeed, everyone took this opportunity to follow in the footsteps of King Prthu and get whatever he desired from the planet Earth. Okay, so the planet Earth is also called Vasundhara. The word Vasu means wealth and Dhara means one who holds. So much wealth is coming, all the diamonds and everything, gold and everything is coming from Earth. All creatures within the earth fulfill the necessities required for human beings. And all living entities can be taken out of the earth by proper means. As suggested by the planet Earth and accepted by and initiated by King Prthu, whatever is taken from Earth, either from mines or from the surface of globe or from atmosphere, should always be considered the property of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and should be used for Yagna, Lord Vishnu. So our houses are built from many metals and wood and everything coming from earth. So earth is basically providing for everybody's needs. And Bhumi Devi is the wife, right, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah, Vaman Dev married Bhumi Devi.
Varaha.
Oh, sorry, Varaha Dev, yes.
And their son is
Bhaumasura.
Narakasura. Bhaumasura. Yeah, so everything belongs to the Supreme, should be used for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yagna, Vishnu. As soon as the process of Yagna is stopped, the earth will withhold all productions. Means if you stop using it for Krishna's pleasure, then restriction. Vegetables, trees, plants, fruits, flowers, other agricultural products and minerals. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, the process of Yagna was instituted from the beginning of the creation. So in the Bhagavad Gita it says, in the beginning I sent forth men and demigods and the performance of Yagna. Like that, there's a verse that, so this Yagna process was there. So by the regular performance of Yagna, equal distribution of wealth and restriction of sense gratification, the entire world will be made peaceful and prosperous. So now we think only by technology we can, previously they were thinking by Yagna. So now it's by technology we think everything will be made nice. So as already mentioned, in this age of Kali, the simple performance of Sankirtan Yagna The holding of festival as initiated by International Society for Krishna Consciousness should be introduced in every town and village. Intelligent men should encourage the performance of Sankirtan Yajna by their personal behavior. This means that they should follow the process of austerity by restricting themselves from illicit sex life, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. If intelligent men or brahmanas of society would follow the rules and regulations, certainly the entire face of the present world, which is in such a chaotic condition, would change and people would be happy and prosperous. So, if people give up sinful life and chanted Hare Krishna, then there'll be ample supply of everything. Okay.
And now in the present time, the number of saint people is so large that some annihilation is also necessary. You cannot convert everybody to.
You are saying that the population is large, so some people need to be
No,
killed.
saint population is so large. I mean,
Oh,
people
saintly
have gone to
population.
that. Yeah, because some annihilation is necessary, very much. Even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that is the prime message through Bhagavad Gita, that when there is a decline of dharma, I will appear myself to annihilate those.
But you are saying saint population. Saint population is not adharmic, right? Saintly population is
Sin, or people who do sin,
sin. Okay,
sin,
sin.
sin.
Okay, sin,
Yes,
sin.
not
Okay,
saint,
okay,
sin people who are doing all kinds of,
okay. Yeah.
so not saintly. So it's very difficult to convert everybody.
Hmm. Okay, so some annihilation is required.
Or some like Gauranga should appear again. Something.
But what is the special quality of this Kali Yuga? How are the demons destroyed? By
By chanting the holy name. Because the divine demonic
Partly by
qualities.
chanting,
hmm,
partly by chanting, partly by the saintly people right now. Just now you mentioned that their behavior, their lifestyle, they're really saint. That means some saintly people should appear, watching whom or seeing them. People will try to convert, or some people will be, and has to be annihilated. Because when Nimai appeared, there were a lot of chaos in that area. Hapsi people, they used to torture Brahmins, burn the shastras. Shiva's Acharya shastras they burned so many times. They attacked his home, his tutelage Gurukul school. So that kind of situation will appear again. Maybe we should pray Lord should appear, because Advaita Acharya was praying that Lord please come, please appear. Advaita Acharya, if you watch that movie, Nimai, it's in Bengali, but I don't know subtitle is there or not. Advaita Acharya would daily pray sincerely to Lord that please appear again. And then they found that Nimai is born.
yes, thank you.
Maybe would all of us would sincerely pray to Lord that please appear.
Correct. There is no scheduled incarnation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last incarnation and what is the last one
Yeah.
in this Kalki avatar.
Kalki.
Who knows? Lord may appear in different form. We don't
But
know.
Lord has appeared
Say,
in
but
which form in this age?
in
And
different form.
Bhagavatam, Krishna has appeared as Bhagavatam, and of course he has sent his devotees like Srila Prabhupada, so there could be many such more devotees coming to spread more Krishna consciousness.
Or maybe another Gauranga will be born. Who knows?
Okay, so the holy name has also come, and it is also Krishna in the form non-different. So, okay, so all the great sages transform Brihaspati into a calf. So it says Swayambhu Manu was there, okay. And making the senses into a pot, they milked all kinds of Vedic knowledge to purify words, mind, and hearing. Brihaspati is the priest of the heavenly planets. Vedic knowledge was received in logical order by the great sages through Brihaspati for the benefit of human society, not only on this planet but throughout the universes. In other words, Vedic knowledge is considered one of the necessities for human society. If a human society remains satisfied simply by taking grains from planet Earth, as well as other necessities for maintaining the body, society will not be sufficiently prosperous. Humanity must
Prabhuji,
have. Hmm?
who was Brihaspati's father, Rishi Kashyap?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody can find out. If a human society remains satisfied simply by taking grains from the planet Earth, as well as other, humanity must have food for the mind and ear, as well as for the purpose of vibration. As far as transcendental vibrations are concerned, the essence of all Vedic knowledge is the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada is saying essence of everything is the Mahamantra. So in Kali Yuga, if this Vedic mantra, Mahamantra is chanted regularly and heard regularly by devotional process of Shravanam Kirtanam, it will purify all societies and thus humanity will be happy both materially and spiritually. Sangira Muni and Saru are the father and mother of Brihaspati. Okay, so we should chant more and more nicely and like that. That's the idea of chant and hear. Shravanam Kirtanam should be done all the time if possible or as much as possible. And we should also help, we should propagate the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam also. So the others are also included. Like we have call in the morning, and so we are all doing Shravanam Kirtanam. And then evening also there is a call from 7 to 9. So, and there are temple programs. So everything is about Shravanam Kirtanam. So we should exchange our ideas and Vachita Mad Katha Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayanta Shimam Nityam Tushyanti Cha. This is how devotees live their life, by talking and conversing about me, Krishna is saying. Okay, so more the merrier. Any comments anybody has on this verse?
Prabhuji, one day will you talk about Gayasur and Vishnu's footprint in the at Gaya, how that happened? We know that Vishnu killed actually Gayasur, and he pressed with his feet so hard that there was a footprint of Vishnu, which is still in Gaya. And when I think Gaurango Nimai visited first Gaya to do his father's last rite, when he saw that footprint, something happened, change happened inside him. His tears started rolling down. Vishnu's own footprint was there. I don't know the story of Gayasur. Who was Gayasur? Why
we can
Vishnu
read
has
about that
to.
in Chaitanya Bhagavat. There is a how Lord Chaitanya went and met Ishwarapuri.
Yes.
Okay. What is the time? Okay, we'll read one more verse. All the demigods made Indra, the king of heaven, into a calf. And from the earth they milked the beverage som, which is nectar. Thus they became very powerful in mental speculation, bodily and sensual strength. In this verse, the word som means nectar. Som is kind of beverage made in the heavenly planets from the moon to the kingdom of demigods in the various higher planetary systems. So it is a very it's a drink, it's a beverage. By drinking this soma beverage, the demigods became more powerful mentally and increased their sensual power and bodily strength. So, sensual power, then sense gratification. The words Hiranmayana Patrena indicates that this soma beverage is not an ordinary intoxicating liquor. The demigods would not touch any kind of liquor, nor is soma a kind of drug. It is a different kind of beverage available in heavenly planets. Soma is far different from the liquors made for demonic people, as explained in the next verse. The sons of Diti. Any comments on this verse? So, Somras, we say Somras. So, it's an maybe intoxicating. It increases one's sensual and bodily strength. Oh, but it's not like a drug. The sons of Diti and the demons transformed Prahlad Maharaj, who was born in an Asura family, into a calf, and they extracted various kinds of liquor and beer, which they put into a pot made of iron. So from earth only everything is coming. The demons also have their own types of beverage in form of liquors and beers, just as demigods use somras for their drinking purpose. The demons born of Diti take great pleasure in drinking wine and beer. Even today, people of demonic nature are very much addicted to liquor and beer. The name of Prahlad Maharaj is very significant in this connection because Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of demons as the son of Hiranyakashipu. By his mercy, the demons were and still able to have their drinks in the form of wine and beer. The word iron is very significant, whereas the nectarian som was put in a golden pot. The liquors and beers were put into an iron pot. Because the liquor and beer are inferior, they are placed in an iron pot. Because somras is superior, it is placed in golden pot. Okay, so like that, all this different people are
Why
getting
would
their.
Prahlad Maharaj?
Yeah, I don't know
Why?
why Prahlad Maharaj would give them by his mercy, why the demons were given all this. I'm not sure. So, okay. Okay, the inhabitants of Gandharva Lok and Apsara Lok made Vishwa Vasu into a calf and they drew the milk into lotus flower plot. The milk took the shape of sweet musical art and beauty. So in Gandharva Lok they have very good singers and all this. So the fortunate inhabitants of Pitra Lok who preside over the funeral ceremonies made Ariyama into a calf. With great faith, they milked kavya, food offered to ancestors, into an unbaked earthen pot. Okay, so this is about the ancestors. Ariyama is the demigod, I think, of that ancestor Pitralok. Okay, so in Bhagavad Gita 9:25, it is said, Pitrani Pitravrataha. I don't know how this Pitralok, because all the forefathers don't they transmigrate, how they all reside in Pitralok. Is there some understanding of this? How the ancestors are in Pitralok? Because generally when the soul dies, they go to the next body. But maybe Pitralok is what? It's a hellish planet, right? Or heavenly planet? It's a hellish planet. Or can somebody find something more about Pitralok? Okay, let's see what Prabhupada says. Pitralok. Okay, there's Prabhupada will say in this verse. Those who are interested in family welfare are called Pitravrataha. There is a planet called Pitralok, and the predominating deity of that planet is called Aryama. He is somewhat of a demigod, and by satisfying him, one can help ghostly family members develop a gross body. So he is ruling over this planet, Aryama, and ghostly family members who have not got a body, by his mercy, can get a gross body. Those who are very sinful and attached to their family, house, village, or country do not receive a gross body made of material elements but remain in subtle body, composed of mind, ego, and intelligence. So, those who live in such subtle bodies are called ghosts. This ghostly position is very painful because a ghost has intelligence, mind, and ego and wants to enjoy material life. But because he does not have a gross material body, he can only create disturbances for want of material satisfaction. So they occupy somebody's body and then enjoy. It is the duty of family members, especially the son, to offer oblations to demigods, Ariyama, or to Lord Vishnu. That is Gaya, right? From time immemorial in India, the son of a dead man goes to Gaya and at Vishnu temple there offers oblations for the benefits of his ghostly father. It is not that everyone's father becomes a ghost, but the oblations of Pinda are offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, so that if a family member happens to become a ghost, he will be favored with a gross body. However, if one is habituated to taking prasad of Lord Vishnu, there is no chance of his becoming a ghost or anything lower than a human being. In Vedic civilization, there is a performance called Shraddh, by which the food is offered with faith and devotion. If one offers oblations with faith and devotion either to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu or to his representative in Pitralok, Ariyama, one's forefathers will attain material bodies to enjoy whatever material enjoyment is due them. In other words, they do not have to become ghosts. Okay. So I think that's the planet where they reside until they get the gross body. That's what it's saying. What is Pitralok?
So, Prabhuji, normally the Shraddh ceremony and all, like those who are not devotees, they have to perform for their ancestor. But those who are engaged in devotional service, in Bhagavad Gita also it is said, right? Like their forefathers will be delivered. They don't need to like do all these ritualistic activities also. By
Yeah. If you're a devotee, then everything is taken care of. Yeah, that's how it is said. But then, yeah, why would Lord Chaitanya do that?
We feed the Vaishnavas, we chant, we do Sankirtan, we read Bhagavad Gita. So that's kind of like a sacrifice. Or we also, I mean, the ashes, there's puja we do, offer them to the Yamuna or the Ganges. That's called Shraddh, right?
But every year they do, right? Shraddh. Or every year. So, last rites we do, and then every year we feed the Vaishnavas. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at the death anniversary of your relatives, you can feed the
Feed the
Vaishnavas.
Vaishnavas. So, okay. So, and if you are also chanting Hare Krishna and you're also trying to be a devotee, that's good. So, Prabhupada said, right, I'm trying to be a devotee. I'm not a devotee. I'm trying to be a devotee. So, if Prabhupada says like that, we are also trying. Of course, that devotees don't think they are devotees. Premera Swabhavyaha, Premera Sampat. Shay Mane Krishna.
More nahi prema gandh.
Prabhupada says, I'm just trying to be a devotee. As exalted and as glorious he was, Srila Prabhupada was humble, unlike other gurus who said they were something wonderful. Once there was a dispute between senior devotees about Srila Prabhupada's position. A woman disciple wrote to Srila Prabhupada. Some of the devotees say that you can see what's in the heart of all your disciples. And other devotees say that you can't do that. What do you say? Please tell me. Can Prabhupada know what is in our heart like that? Prabhupada's secretary read this question and Prabhupada said, for a greatly advanced pure devotees, this is not at all difficult. Like Narad Muni, they could see the future, they could also. He can easily see what is going on in the hearts of all his disciples. The secretary said, okay, I should tell her that you can do this. Prabhupada said, I didn't say that. I said a greatly advanced pure devotee could see that. I am not a greatly advanced pure devotee. I am not even a devotee. I am just trying to be a devotee. So, in that statement, he simultaneously exhibited his humility and also showed us what our state of consciousness should be. In trying to develop our Krishna consciousness, we are trying to be a devotee.
And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also he did that Shraddh ceremony for his father, and he's showing us how a devotee should be. So,
Yeah.
what can we understand from that?
Means, I think if there is an opportunity, we can do, but some devotees insist that we should do because Chaitanya
Yeah,
Mahaprabhu.
but it's not like ritualistic some mantras. For us is the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna mantra, and as you said, you can feed the Vaishnavas. And yeah,
Mhm.
Mahamantra includes like every other mantra and everything else. So, Pitru Paksha Shraddha. So, okay.
For devotees, Prabhuji, always they are offering prasad to Lord, and also that way it is reaching to their ancestors also. It's not just one day that on the day of Shraddha that we have to do. Every day devotees are like doing that service. So indirectly all the service going to their ancestors and they get also delivered.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there are. I'm just trying to see here. Prabhupada says, right, that I don't know, some devotees have said this. Okay. Main thing, yeah. I mean, I feel like if we are doing devotional service to please Krishna, then things are taken care of. And if we have, because if devotees, of course, we are, I just read, we are not devotees, but if we are trying to be devotee, we are trying to please Krishna, then everything else is included in that. So, that's how,
In nectar,
huh?
in
Shraddha
nectar of
Shabdin.
devotion, right?
Uh,
We read today, I think yesterday or 2 days back, that we are indebted so many things in this world because we are taking service from them, including animals and forefathers and humans, and we should pay back to them. But in one stroke of those who are accepting the devotional service, and there is a words, right? That what was that? It starts with that
Devansha.
they were, yeah. If you take the shelter of
Mhm.
Mukunda, it will then nobody is indebted to any forefather or animals or demigods or anyone. So yeah, because we all are part and parcel of Krishna. And if you're offering to Krishna and we just pray to Krishna that this offering or maybe any jiva or any your ancestor or demigod, we just say that and Krishna will take care of all these things.
Correct.
Yeah, but you see, we do devotional service every day, but then there are festivals where we are celebrating the appearance, disappearance day of acharyas,
Right.
or right. So we can use this as a festival, do more devotional service, call the Vaishnavas at home, and do Sankirtan. So,
Yes.
as you know, in our calendar is filled with festivals. So another reason to have a festival, we remember the departed soul, pray for them, and offer call the Vaishnavas at home, like we do for other, especially if they are a devotee.
Yeah, so anything can be used to increase devotional service, right? Any pretext. Okay, this is the, what is it? Some month where you do Shraddha. Okay, now I will chant more rounds or I will do more devotional service like that, right? That's what you are saying. We can use
Yeah,
that.
I feel it's correct. Offering prayers on behalf of that departed soul,
Hmm.
chanting extra for them.
Yeah, that is how something is always going on.
Yeah.
So,
Like in spiritual world, every day is a festival. For us, our calendar is filled with every day some appearance, disappearance days of Acharya, some festival. Another reason to increase your devotional service.
what is Janish Prabhu saying? You want to say what watering? To explain that watering the. I don't know if he's saying he's put some in the comment. Watering the root of the tree, Krishna, all the branches and leaves are satisfied. Okay. So he's saying we don't have to do anything separately other than devotional service. Everything is included in devotional service. Okay. And yeah, we sometimes we think we have to call a priest, do some yagna, like actually light a fire and chant some other mantras. Prabhupada also did that kind of when installation of Krishna Balram, but he said this chanting of Hare Krishna is sufficient. You don't have to chant anything else. So like that, we should have faith that yeah, chanting of Hare Krishna includes everything else. And Shraddha Shabde Vishwash Kahe Shudrida Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. So more we have faith that I don't need to do anything else. Everything in my life will be perfect if I just serve Krishna. So like that, if we can develop this simple faith, then our life is very good. Everything will be covered if I simply serve Krishna. Surrender to Krishna, serve Krishna, like that. Now that doesn't mean we shirk our duties. Okay, I will not do my duty to my parents. But yeah, if somebody likes many devotees, they dedicate fully to the mission of Lord Chaitanya, and sometimes they may not be able to do their duties to their relatives, but there is no this thing sin. You may somebody may feel it's like very insensitive and like that, but they will get benefit also, spiritual benefit. Now, yeah, if somebody may say, well, somebody's mother or somebody's sick at home, and you are now in the temple and you are doing all the Sankirtan, you should at least come home and you should take care of your mother. So that also can be done. It's not necessary that you can't go and take care of your parents or something like that. And you can chant Hare Krishna and like that. So, okay, so somebody may say, well, it's ungrateful not to take care of those who took care of you, right, when you needed. So we can take care and remind them of Krishna also. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can be thinking of Krishna while taking care of them. Not, we don't say that we give up all our material duties and
Yeah,
just be full.
we can always chant Hare Krishna with whatever we are doing.
Yeah.
You are serving them, you are taking them to doctor or bringing some food or cooking some. We can always chant Hare Krishna and offer that food to Krishna, and yeah, maybe helping them physically or whatever. Always chant Hare Krishna while doing those activities. So yeah. All right. So we will read some pastime of Lord Chaitanya. Wanted to read about Jagdananda Pandit. And Lord Chaitanya in that. It's been a while. Or we can read some prayers. Should we read some prayers by Prahlad Maharaj to Nrsingadev, or what is the thing?
We can read prayers.
Huh?
We can read prayers.
Prayers. Okay, so prayers. Offered by Prahlad Maharaj, Lord Nrsimhadev. It's in the 10th. Yeah, there's a lot of. This is a big section. Okay, there are 42 3 verses. So we can start with that. Maybe do we start it? I don't know. We can start with the prayers of Prahlad. So it's 7.
Maybe you can open in the Veda base.
Okay, the Veda base. Where is the Veda base? 7, 10. We can read all the prayers. 8. 42 verses are there. Just we can hear and have very little discussion. But we can go through all the prayers. So 7, 10, 8 to 50. Like every verse we can discuss for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. If you have anything to say, or 3 minutes. Oh my Lord, because of lusty desires from the very beginning of one's birth. No, that's not the 7, 10, 8. 7, 10, 8. Number is long. 7.
I mean, we can cover all the chapters of Prahlad Maharaj prayers.
Yeah, so this is
Starts with
7.
7,
No, I'm
9.
looking at the book, and the book says 7, 10, 8, but the verse is different.
Yeah.
So,
I think it starts with 7, 9, the prayers.
okay, here it
Oh,
says
7, 9, 8 is where the prayers start.
okay, so that's why it's like. Okay, we can read some prayers. We'll not read the purport now. Just read the. Shri Prahlad Uvacha Brahmadaya Suragana Munayotha Siddhaha Satvai Katana Katayo Vachasam Pravahe Naradhitam Purugune Radhunapi Pipru Kim Toshtamarhati Same Hare Ugrajati. I'm born in Asura family. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me who have been born in a family of Asuras? Okay, we can, if there is anybody like to say anything, maybe we didn't have that session. So if anything, somebody like to say from Isha Upanishad or some, okay,
Prabhuji, I'm getting ready. I'm listening to you.
okay. Prahlad Maharaj prayed. Anything like to sing?
No, I have a meeting coming up, so we can read the prayers.
Okay. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and all saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by streams of excellent words, although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness. Then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified. So it starts his prayers by saying, I am not qualified, I am very low. How can I offer prayers to you? Even the great demigods are very educated. They are not able to satisfy you. So, what is my qualification? I am born in a family of Asura. Manye dhanabhijana rupa tapashruta ojas teja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gaja yutapaya. But then he's saying, but I know you are impressed by devotion, not anything else. So Prahlad Maharaj continued, one may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yogic power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. So only our desire to please the Lord is what pleases the Lord. That's all. Nothing else. No external thing. Just our heart to please Him. If a Brahmana, and then he's saying that somebody may be very educated and all this in Vedas, but if he's not a devotee, then is not a devotee is better than such a Brahmana. If a Brahmana has all 12 of the Brahminical qualifications, as they are stated in a book called Sanat Sujata, but is not a devotee and is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord, is certainly lower than a devotee who is a dog eater, but who has dedicated everything, mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the Supreme Lord. So somebody may be low born, but they have dedicated Atma Nivedanam. Then he is higher than a Brahmana. Such a devotee is better than such a Brahmana because the devotee can purify his whole family, whereas the so-called Brahmana in the position of false prestige cannot purify even himself. Sometimes it says he is lower than a devotee who is a dog eater. That doesn't mean that devotee is still eating dog. But he may have been born in a family.
He's born in a family of dog eater.
Because if you literally take this, it means like he's certainly lower than a devotee who is a dog eater, but who has dedicated everything, mind, and heart. So,
Prabhuji, I just want to quickly read this purport. Like we discuss about this offerings to the ancestors. It is mentioned very nicely in the chapter 1, text number 41 purport, that according to the rules and regulations of fruitive activities, there is a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. And this offering is performed by worship of Vishnu, because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful reactions. Sometimes the forefathers may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body and are forced to remain in subtle bodies as ghosts. Thus, when remnants of prasadam food are offered to forefathers by descendants, then the forefathers are released from ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help rendered to forefathers is a family tradition, and those who are not in devotional life are required to perform such rituals. But one who is engaged in the devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of misery. It is stated in Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 5, verse number 41. Anyone who has taken shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, and has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to the demigods, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
thank you. Yeah, it's nice purport. So, Krishna Prasad want to say something.
Prabhuji, I have a death anniversary for my mother this Friday. Maybe Juhi Mataji can, if you can paste that verse, so maybe I'll try to perform service for my mother.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu, I will post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for doing this.
For sharing the verse. Yeah. Okay. Next verse in the prayer. The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always fully satisfied in Himself. Therefore, when something is offered to Him, the offering by the Lord's mercy is for the benefit of the devotee, for the Lord does not need service from anyone. To give an example, if one's face is decorated, the reflection of one's face in a mirror is also seen to be decorated. So here, if we decorate the Lord, then we as a reflection of the Lord, we are also. So if we serve the Lord, then we are His part and parcel. So we are also, basically. So we are the reflection. And if we decorate our face, then our reflection in the mirror also. So if Krishna is satisfied, but Krishna is always satisfied. but it is for our benefit. We should serve him. He does not need, but if we give, then of course Krishna is hankering also. Give me, give me. But he wants love in that way. He wants our love. He's begging our love. He's not begging the thing, but through that thing, he's begging our love. Please love me, please love me. Krishna, God is saying, please love me, please love me. And we may think, why is Krishna saying like that to love him? Everybody should love me. Like that we think. But of course, if you love Krishna, then everybody will love you. So like that.
And also that benefits this world if you love Krishna.
Yeah. Therefore, although I was born in a demonic family, I may be without a doubt offer prayers to the Lord with full endeavor, as far as my intelligence allows. Anyone who has been forced by ignorance to enter the material world may be purified of material life if he offers prayers to the Lord and hears the Lord's glories. So he's saying, although my birth is low, because I'm in Asura family, I will do my best to please the Lord as much as my intelligence allows. So if we are doing our best, Krishna does not see our background, what we have done in the past, and what of course, if you offend the devotees, then yeah, it's serious. But sins, yeah, if you have done sins, Krishna may forgive all the sins if you become devotee. That doesn't mean we should think like I can commit sins and then yeah. Vaishnava aparadha is a little bit severe, so it's very severe. So maybe it's not Vaishnava aparadha, but sins can be forgiven. Of course, you can say sins also are like, if you sin can be robbing somebody, stealing, or all this still. So can be like there can be if you do with a Vaishnava, then it may become Vaishnava aparadha also. So there's a little fine line. Sometimes they say Jagai and Madai did all kinds of sins, but they never did Vaishnava aparadha. So that's why they were delivered. But anyhow. So anybody can be purified of material life if they render service to the Lord. Material contamination, if they chant and hear about Krishna. So we should chant here more and more. O my Lord, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, are sincere servants of your Lordship, who are situated in a transcendental position. Therefore, they are not like us, Prahlad and his father, the demon Hiranyakashipu. Your appearance in this fearsome form is your pastime for your own pleasure. Such an incarnation is always meant for protection and improvement of the universe. So you have appeared in this form for protection, our protection. So he's saying that all these demigods, they all came when Nrsimhadev came. They are very exalted. They are not like asuras like us. So you appeared. Of course, Prahlad is taking humble position. He is one of the Mahajans. So, my Lord Nrsimhadev, please therefore cease your anger, now that my father, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, has been killed. Since even saintly persons take pleasure in killing of a scorpion or a snake, all the worlds have achieved great satisfaction because of the death of this demon. Now they are confident of their happiness and they will always remember your auspicious incarnation in order to be free from fear. So after killing Hiranyakashipu also, Nrsimhadev was angry. So he's saying, please, nobody wanted to go near him. They sent Prahlad. So now he's praying, please now, calm down. So you have appeared, your incarnation will always be remembered. Okay, so then, my Lord who are never conquered by anyone, I am certainly, this is a nice verse, Naham bipemya jitate bhayanakasya jivar netra bhukuti Prabhasogra Danstrat Antrasajaha Shataja Keshara Shanku Karnan Nirada Pita Digibhat Aribhin Khagrat. So this is describing all the Naham Bibhemi, I am not afraid. Bibhemi means bhai. Ajita te, O Supreme Lord, who is unconquerable, by your Bhayanak, very fearful. Bhayanakasya. How it is Bhayanak? Is Jiva. Jiva is like a sword, very sharp sword. And Arka Netra, his eyes are like the blazing sun. So, and Bhrukuti, his eyebrows are very frowning. Rabhasogra Danstrat. And Danstrat means the teeth is Ugra, strong, very ferocious teeth. And Antra means intestine. Antra Srajaha. Yes, he has taken out intestines from the. No, intestine is very long in our body. It is coiled, but it's very long. So he has taken out that intestines from Hiranyakashipu's abdomen and he has put it as a garland around his neck. Antra Shrajaha. So I'm not afraid of this thing that I'm looking at. Shataja, his bloody Keshar, his mane, there is blood, like lion has sometimes blood on his face and his mane. Keshara, Shataja Keshara Shanku Karnan, and his ears are like wedge-like. And
Prabhuji,
his nose,
Arka means sun.
Arka means
Another name of sun is Arka.
yes. Arka, like this verse comes in the Puranarko Adhunoditaha. Bhagavatam is just like the sun, which is arisen after the departure of Lord Krishna to his abode in Kali Yuga. And so the roaring of Narsingadev, his it says Nir Radha Bhita Digibhat Arin Bin Nakhagrat. So even the great elephants, they flee in fear. Just as when lion roars, everybody flees. So similarly, his nails are also very sharp, meant to kill the enemies. Aribhit Nakhagrat. So he's saying, and I'm not afraid of this, he's saying. I'm my Lord who are never conquered by anyone. I'm certainly not afraid of your ferocious mouth and tongue. Your eyes bright like the sun, Arka Netra hai, or your fine frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp pinching teeth, your garland of intestines, your mane soaked with blood, or your high wedge-like ears. Nor do I fear your tumultuous roaring, which makes elephants flee to distant places, or your nails, which are meant to kill your enemies. Because although the lion is very ferocious to all the other animals, for its cubs it's very like kind. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I'm not afraid. O most powerful, insurmountable Lord, who are kind to the fallen souls, I have been put into the association of demons as a result of my activities. So he is born as son of Hiranyakashipu. He says, I was put in this situation by my past karma, and therefore I am very much afraid of my condition of life within this material world. Because I am surrounded by all these demoniac people. When will that moment come when you will call me to shelter of your lotus feet, which are the ultimate goal for liberation from conditional life? So, Krishna, when will you call me back to your shelter, to your lotus feet? I am suffering in this material existence. Or when will I become fully Krishna conscious and take full shelter of you? We can pray like that. Because in this material world, it's a very difficult situation. Then he says, Yasmat priya priya viyoga sayoga janma shokagnina sakalayo nishudaya manaha dukha aushadam tadapi dukham atadhyaham bhuman brahmami vadame tavadasya yogam. So he's saying, O Great One, O Supreme Lord, because of combination with pleasing and displeasing circumstances, And because of separation from them, one is placed in a most regrettable position within heavenly or hellish planets, as if burning in a fire of lamentation. So, what is dear to us is taken away from us, and what is not dear to us is given to us. So, in this material world, things like that happen. What we like, our loved ones, our family, and they are taken away from us. And what we don't like, disease, old age, and all these things are given to us. So that's why there is a fire of lamentation, Shokagni. Because of that, we are suffering in this. Although there are many remedies by which to get out of miserable life, any such remedies in the material world are more miserable than the miseries themselves. So we try to find some material solution, and that can create another problem. Therefore, I think that the only remedy is to engage in your service. Kindly instruct me in such service. So there is no solution. Prahlad Maharaj is saying to all these problems of life, there is no solution but to take shelter of your lotus feet. If I find another solution, it will create more problems and it will create more misery. The only solution is to take shelter of your lotus feet. So please engage me in your service and instruct me. That's all. So when the devotee feels like that, when living entity says, no, there is no other way for me, I have to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Everything else doesn't work. Nothing is going to work. Only Krishna's shelter, Krishna's mercy. Then we will just surrender to Krishna. That's what Prabhupada told Bhakti Charu Maharaj. You have tried so many ways, this way, that way, but it is not working. So why not surrender to Krishna now? Of course, we may say, well, I have fallen sick and many times I've gone to the doctor. I've gotten the medicine and it worked. How can you say it's not working? Yeah, but it does not, like after one misery is over, then second misery comes and like that. It's constantly going on. And something or other is always bothering. And this is like that. We are just trying to put out the fires. So fire starts in one area of the forest, you put it out, and then some other area, the fire starts. Then you try to put out there, and then some other area, fire starts. So like that, this material world is like that. Always trying to put out the fires. Our whole life goes in trying to do that. So I'm tired, Krishna, I'm tired. Just now let me take shelter of your feet. And then the fires may be there, and it will happen in this material world. Even devotees have to go through so much. But because we will become Krishna conscious, this will be our last life. Then we will not have to keep coming back and again keep dealing with all these fires, trying to put it out. So that's the advantage. And even in this life, we will become peaceful and happy. Even amidst all the fires, we can maintain our sanity. And otherwise we'll go into depression, frustration like that. So it prevents that also. Okay, so he's saying that, the next verse. Soham priyasya surida paradevataya lila khatastava narsimha virincha gitaha anjna anjastitarmyanugranan gunavipramukto durgani te padayugalaya hansa sangha. O my Lord Nrsingadev, by engaging in your transcendental loving service in the association of devotees who are liberated souls. So if you get association of pure devotees, if you are in that association, or those who are trying to become pure, then I will engage in your service in such association. I shall become completely uncontaminated by the association of the three modes of material nature and be able to chant the glories of your Lordship. So in the association of pure devotees, I will also become pure and I'll be able to chant your glories who are so dear to me. I shall chant your glories following exactly in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and his disciplic succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly be able to cross the ocean of nations. So the association of pure devotees is very, very uplifting, and we should seek association of pure devotees. And in that association, ideally, if we can live in that association, then it's very nice. Then our Krishna consciousness will also become will feel very inspired and very purified in that association. And then we'll go back home, back to Godhead. So we'll hear from those pure devotees, and then that will change our consciousness. Like everybody's consciousness changed by hearing Prabhupada. So Balasya neha sharanam pitaro narsiha nartasya chagadam udanvati majato no taptasya tat pratividhirya ihanja sheshtas tavad vibhotanubritam tvadapekshitanam. So he's saying, he's giving some examples how your mercy is the only thing that will save. My Lord Nrsingadev, O Supreme, because of bodily conception of life, embodied souls neglected and not cared for by you cannot do anything for their betterment. So we are helpless unless the Lord gives protection. Whatever remedies they accept, like this Baltimore bridge collapsed, right? Who knew? Some people died, I think not many, but some people died. So I was watching, and there was a video the video was posted, and the cars were going on the bridge, and they had no idea that some ship or whatever it was, vessel is going to collide with the something completely unexpected, right? And some people died, maybe 6-7 people died. I don't know if they were in the car and they fell into the below from the bridge or whatever. So completely unexpected, right?
The truck.
The truck.
Carrying construction workers. They didn't find yet a truck.
Oh.
Many cars fell, but none
They were
survived.
rescued.
Yeah, and on the ship, everybody was Indian actually. All the workers in the ship were Indian.
Okay. So like that's how the accidents happen, like in a moment, and then we have to go through so much.
That is uncertainty of this material world, nature of this material world, right?
Yeah, correct.
So this uncertainty is like death is uncertain. As you said that they have no idea that in the next moment they leave everything, and that is like that. We are so busy in doing so many things, and the next moment everything all finished. So that is a fear, but for the devotee, it's like that. Okay, in whatever the situation comes, it's not in our hand, but what is in our hand to worship and to do our devotional service. And that time we have this kind of a a sense of satisfaction that okay, I did my devotional service and as per my capability, and now whatever Krishna takes the destination is up to him, right? And I was hearing that Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was saying that uncertainty doesn't mean that you become apathy of that, become a apathetic person. Oh, this is going, I'm in this material world and death is uncertain. And there's so many situations are certain. Not only death. In the moment you are fine, and next day you are diseased. So this is also uncertainty. Next day I have seen that many people who log in their job, go to the job, and in next hour they get to know that they all are fired from the company. So in this material world, every situation is uncertain. So in that situation, we should ask the question. This situation is not become apathetic and it says that, oh, I can do. But instead of this, we should ask the question, what is beyond this? And that is a purpose of human life as well, right? Why human life is so glorious? Because in that form, we should inquire, we should ask the question. And this is the only form one can go back to Krishna. I was reading Gajendra's prayer nowadays, and in that prayer also he was saying that I'm in animal body and I don't have this kind of opportunity to remember you just by mercy of, and he was praying to remove the liberation from the ignorance. Um, Ignorance is not a darkness, right? So yeah, this is. And in this material world, as in the previously you were saying, previous words, that everything we're making, finding the solution. You are saying that taking the medicine and we get relief from the pain or fever or something, then how could we not believe that this is not working, right? Yes, it is working, but of course this knowledge is also comes from Krishna. And other thing is that whatever solution we are making, like Keshava Swami was giving a nice example, that a frog story. A lady come to the doctor and said that I have. She was very much convinced that she has two frog in her belly, in her stomach. So and doctor says that okay, and he did like okay, I will just put him on an unconscious state, and I will say, and he went to the pond or something, and he bring two frog, and he's and when she become conscious, and he said that oh yes, you are right, that I have found two frog in your stomach, and now you are fine. And after a month she came back again, and now she is saying that I think that two frog laid eggs in her stomach, and now she that bothering. So similarly, you find one solution for the problem, and again the other problem came up, and that's how this material work works. And yeah, so one should try to get relief from this permanent solution,
Then the doctor should have
right?
brought more frogs and said, "Have we removed the frogs?" Right?
No, I
This is
mean that time
this
he
is
was saying
funny
that.
story. This is funny story, but as if who I generally do not distract my mind. Wherever whatever the solution problem comes, immediately I close my eyes and chant. If that helps, I think that should help. I always believe that Krishna says everything in Bhagavad Gita. Why not? And if you pray, then the solution he gives to you
Yeah.
or through me.
Okay, we'll read this verse. My Lord Nrsingadev, O Supreme, because of a bodily conception of life, embodied souls, neglected and not cared for by you, cannot do anything for their betterment. So if Lord's sanction is not there, then yeah, whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician and medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient. And a boat on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Okay, so without the sanction of the Lord, the remedies may not work. Sometimes there is a good doctor and best things, but still, the patient dies. Medicine is also good. So then, next verse he says. So he's saying that without you, yeah, nothing. Sanction of the Lord. Of course, we don't see how it's working. We think that, yeah, the doctor saved this patient's life. But because maybe the patient had the karma to live on more, and karma is working under Krishna's. So that's why he was, saved. So, okay, so sometimes, somebody may be in a very difficult situation, but still they survive. In very, and we may wonder how this child in the jungle, how he survived in spite of all the wild animals. So there are instances like that in different situations. So, my dear Lord, everyone in this material world is under the modes of material nature, being influenced by goodness, passion, and ignorance. Everyone from greatest personality, Lord Brahma, down to the small ant works under the influence of these modes. Therefore, everyone in the material world is influenced by your energy. The cause for which they work, the place where they work, the time when they work, the matter due to which they work, the goal of life they have considered final, and the process for obtaining this goal, all are nothing but manifestations of your energy. Indeed, since the energy and energetic are identical, all of them are but manifestations of you. So, so everything is happening under Krishna's direct energy, either under devotional influence or illusory energy. But everything is happening under Krishna's energies. Okay. O Lord, O Supreme Eternal, by expanding your plenary portion, you have created the subtle bodies of living entities, although the agency of your external, through the agency of your external energy, which is agitated by time. Thus, the mind entraps the living entity in unlimited varieties of desires to be fulfilled by the Vedic directions of Karma Kanda and the 16 elements. Who can get free from this entanglement unless he takes shelter at your lotus feet? So, we are in the grips of our mind, and mind has unlimited desires, and the soul is trapped in the subtle body of the mind, and he tries to fulfill all these desires through karma kanda, as he's saying. And how can we become free unless we surrender to Krishna? From our own mind, we can become free by surrendering to Krishna from all these desires, unlimited varieties of desires. Okay, so then he says, My dear Lord, O Supreme Great, you have created this material world of 16 constituents, but you are transcendental to their material qualities. So Krishna is created and then is aloof. In other words, these material qualities are under your control, full control, and you are never conquered by them. Therefore, the time element is your representation. My Lord, O Supreme, no one can conquer you. As for me, however, I am being crushed by the wheel of time. So time is Krishna's energy, and nobody can survive time. And therefore I surrender fully unto you. Now kindly take me under the protection of your lotus feet. He's only 5 years old. He's saying that I'm being crushed by the wheel of time. So every passing day, right, we are one day closer to death. So we are being crushed. Of course, the soul is eternal, will never be crushed. My dear Lord, people in general want to be elevated to higher planetary system for a long duration of life, opulence and enjoyment. But I have seen all of these through the activities of my father. So he wanted like big things. And when my father was angry and he laughed sarcastically at the demigods, they were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movement of his eyebrows. So he was very powerful and everybody was afraid of him. Yet my father, who was so powerful, has now been vanquished by you within a moment. So as soon as the soul leaves the body, everything that we worked for is meaningless, right? Everything is gone, finished in a moment. That's the second that the soul is out of the body. Then everything, all the situation that we built and everything connected to this body, everything is gone. Just in a moment. And then, of course, we go to our next situation. So, my dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. So we are here, we have to just live in such a way that we become fully Krishna conscious. And some food is required, some shelter is required to stay and eat something. But so we may have to work a little bit to get some money to have this. But other than that, we should think our life as a purpose and the purpose of life is just to do devotional service. So to Krishna, like that, to purify ourselves, our consciousness, so that after this life I don't have to again, come back in this cycle of birth and death. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. So, give me the association of your pure devotees and let me serve them. That's my desire. So the next verse we'll read this one more and stop. Kutra shisha shruti shukhamrika trishni rupaha Vedam kalevaram ashesharujam viroha Nirvidyate natu jano yadapiti vidvan Kamanalam madhulavai shamayan durapai. This is saying, in this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness. This is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is the water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well, but nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. Okay, so there is no happiness in the material world. It is just a perception of happiness, just as in the desert there is no water, but there is a perception that there is water, and the animal runs after the water. So in the same way, in this world, we are running, and in future some happiness will come, like that. So, okay, so with that hope, we are running, he's saying. And this body has so many diseases, right? So many specialists, so many diseases, autoimmune diseases, this, that, for which there is no cure also, there are not, something is there. So, anyhow. So, then, say 30, we can stop here for today. We'll start with 7-9-26. So, we'll continue prayers tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.